Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing a collective haul, try on, first impression, just get ready with me fun video. I have done a little bit of shopping and I just want to play with makeup. I will say the weather outside is horrendous. Horrendous. It is just above freezing. It is gray and it is rainy and it is miserable. I point this out because right now the rain is not, pounding. It's just kind of a light drizzle. However, that could change while I'm filming. It can also mean that the lighting is garbage or will kind of go in and out or anything like that. And if that happens throughout the course of today's video, I apologize. I wish I could control Mother Nature, but no, actually, let's be honest, it's probably safer that I don't have that kind of ability. I've already decided, and I don't know, maybe I'm the only one out there who will admit this, but I would not be trustworthy with like superpowers. I just wouldn't. I would not be trustworthy, so it's probably best that I can't control the weather. So let's talk about what we have, but before we do, if this is your first time joining us for one of my videos, welcome. I am so excited that you decided to click on one of my videos. And if you are someone who has been hanging out with me for a while now, welcome back. I am so happy that you are here. And let's talk about what we have. So, ooh, look at this big old baby right here. So I did pick up another Trend Mood box. So we'll probably break into that here in a minute, but we'll talk about everything on top. I love Trend Mood boxes. I'll be very honest with you. If you are unfamiliar with Trend Mood, it is an Instagram page. And a couple of years ago at this point, the woman who runs that page started putting together curated boxes that you can purchase. They're always very limited supply, and I have picked up, like I said, this is my third one and I'm very excited about it. So we'll talk about what's in there, but before we do, let's talk about a couple of things that you've already seen, and that is what I picked up from e.l.f. on the 1st of January. So we have the lip gloss and the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I'm very excited to give that a try. And then we have some of the brushes. So definitely going to be working with those today. I have this lovely from Auric. This is the beauty brand that Samantha Ravendale just launched. Did I say that right? Yes. Sorry. I watch a lot of Southern Charm, and so I'm always afraid that I'm going to say Ravenel because of, that show, but no, it's Ravendale. I said it properly. I also made a purchase from Ulta. They had some free stuff, so I did pick up a couple of things here. So with Pure, if you made a minimum purchase, then you got this baby here. This is the 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. And in order to meet that threshold, I picked up a concealer. This is the Push Up 4-in-1 Sculpting Concealer. I picked mine up in the shade LN6, so we'll see if that works. And then we also have this here from Cover FX. This was free with any makeup purchase of a certain amount. So this is the, what is this? The monochromatic lip color. I chose mine in the shade Spiced Cinnamon, so hopefully that will be a good thing. And then this came free with any makeup purchase of $20. This is from Kylie Cosmetics. This is her birthday palette. Yeah, I don't remember. It just says pressed powder palette. Yeah. So, I'll be very honest. I have never purchased anything from any of the Kardashian-Jenner brands. I did not watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm honestly not really a fan of the Kardashian-Jenner family thing. I've never wanted to financially support them, but this was free, so I thought, you know what, if it's free, I'll give the formula a try. And then that brings us to what we have here in my Trend Mood box. So there is a lot of stuff in here to take a quick peek at. Not all of which we'll be using today, because I'll be honest, the weightiest things in here are a trio of hair care products. These are from OGX. This is their keratin smoothing line. So it came with the shampoo, the conditioner, and then a spray in oil. So that I will be playing with here in a little while. I'm getting pretty low on the shampoo and conditioner I have in my shower now. So it'll still be a hot minute, but I'll give those a try at some point. Also from the Patrick Star brand, we have from One Size, we have the Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. So we have that in here. And then 2 of the travel sizes of the powders. I have 01 Translucent as well as 02 Dark. Dark/deep. So this one obviously I will not be using, but I do have my friend Raylene that I will be gifting that to, since I'm not going to use it and there's no point in it just sitting and going bad. That's stupid. So in addition to that, we have some skincare. This is the Chibula Active Immunity Serum from True Botanicals. So interested to give that a try. And then finally, let's get this big old box out of our way. We have some eye products. And of course, I'm super excited about the eye products as always. So these 2 right here in this really fun holographic packaging. This is by the brand Denisa Myricks. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. This is not a brand I'm familiar with, but these are the Twin Flames Multichrome pigments. So multichrome is definitely one of my favorite words. And then we also have a Dazzle Stick from KVD Beauty. I have swatched this on my hand. I'm going to go ahead and swatch all of these for us here in just a minute. And I will come right back and we'll talk a little bit about them. Okay, so opened everything up, swatched it out. And this is what we have here. So these are really fun and pretty. I'm trying to move my hand all around so that you can get all of the multi-dimensionalness of those shadows. So as far as what we have here, let's see, there we go. Okay, so this one here on the end is called Young Love. This one here is Passion. And then this one is the KVD eyeshadow Dazzle Stick. And it is in the shade Hail Surge. So these are really cool. I will say when I first got the box, I swatched the KVD on the back of my hand, and it is really beautiful and it's stuck around so nicely. So I am excited to give that a try. I'm not sure which of these babies I'm gonna use. We'll just sort of build the eye look and go from there. So now that I have rambled on a ton, let me go ahead and I'm gonna bring you in closer and we'll go ahead and we will get started putting all of this cool stuff on my face. All right, so we are zoomed in all nice and tight. And as you can see, my skin is still not looking great. Luckily, the breakouts are no longer active, but because I am so fair and because of just the quality of my skin, I guess, it holds marks for a very long time. So even though like they're completely smooth to the touch and they don't hurt anymore, well, that's a new one, they're gonna look like this for probably a couple of months, to be honest. So I have all of my skincare, sunscreen, all that kind of good stuff on. And while we do have a few different primers to try out, the one that I'm going to go with today is the one from e.l.f. because I am so incredibly excited. This is the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've been using the face wash for a little while. Ooh, you see that? Not what I was expecting. I don't know why, but it's not. Ooh, and it's sticky. Ooh, I don't know if I like this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This feels like I'm rubbing glue on my face. I don't like this, and I'm washing it off. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, we are back for round two. I don't know that I can remember ever having such a visceral reaction to something. That was not pleasant, not pleasant. So we are actually gonna try the Patrick Star one, the one size. This is the Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. It says an ultra blurring pore refining primer with niacinamide that mattifies and evens out skin's texture as it grips makeup for flawless application and enhanced wear. All right, do I shake you? Doesn't say. We'll go ahead and shake you just for the fun of it. I like the packaging. Super cute. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, yeah, this is definitely this more of a silicone type of look to it. So this is what it looks like, just sort of squeezed out. And this has more of the texture that I would expect. Okay, so it actually feels like it is sinking into my skin rather than sitting on top. And that's nice. I like that so far. As well, I think I would like anything better than what I just put on my face, but I will stop ragging on the e.l.f. All right, so yep, that actually feels like it's already basically sunken into my skin. That's cool. So I am also going to play with this right here. This is from Auric. This is the Glow Lust in the shade Morganite, I want to say. Yes, Morganite. So this I have already played around with and I really like. So I'm actually going to be mixing it into my tried and true Uma Beauty foundation. I wanted to make sure to use a foundation that I was already very familiar with since I am trying out a new primer. I wanted to see exactly how it worked with a foundation that I was already very accustomed to. So I've got my one little pump there, and then I'm going to add a pump of the Glow Lust there, and then we'll give it a mixy mix before putting it on my face. And hopefully you cannot hear it, but the rain has started up again. And as usual, my girls are, you know, shrieking in another room. So that is just how we do things around here. All right, let me grab my trusty favorite foundation brush. We'll go ahead and we'll get this to going. All right, so this is just one pump of the Auric Glow Lust. You can see the luminosity that it brings to my skin. It is just, it's really, really pretty, and it's subtle in a way. Like, you can definitely see the luminosity in my skin, but it's not real, it's not metallic, it's not glittery. It just looks really healthy and really nice, and I like it quite a bit. Yeah, I do like it quite a bit. So let's also go ahead and give a try out for the concealer. So again, this is the Push Up Concealer from Pure. This is their 4-in-1 Sculpting Concealer. I chose the shade LN6, Light Nude 6. And it definitely seems a bit dark. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so it's got this little dot. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. And then when you press it, maybe you have to, wait, it did it a second ago. Hold on. Well, it releases it. I couldn't do it one-handed, and if I didn't, then the camera would have focused on my face and I'm a hot mess. So, let's see what, ooh, look at this big old paddle. That's kind of neat. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we are definitely dark. We are definitely dark and not neutral. That's a disappointment. Here's the thing. I love Ulta. Y'all know I do. Their color swatches online are abysmal. They are so not true to color. So the blended out, it's not bad, but it's certainly not brightening by any means. So what this might for me be good for is on days when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I will just take some concealer and blend it out and then powder. So it did blend out really nicely, and it does look like it is helping to cover some of the dark circles under my eyes, but it's certainly not brightening in this shade. Yeah, definitely not brightening, but there are worse things. There are worse things. So I am going to now jump off camera. I'm going to apply some complexion products that are cream, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to try the powder. All right, back with my cream blush on. I decided to use a little bit of my Ilia blush and just make a mess. I'm also going to use some of the Auric Luminizer to use as a traditional highlight because I think that will be fun. So that is definitely really, really pretty. Look at that. That's really pretty. There we go. Look at that. Ooh. Very, 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 very beautiful. So now that we have those components on, let's go ahead and break into the setting powder. I want to apologize. I feel like I am completely and totally all over the place, which is so obnoxious, and I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's see. Let's pull the little plastic out. Alright, so again, we have this same bubblegum pink packaging with the red detailing. Knock some out from the sifter. Alright, and this is what it looks like. So this is the shade 01 Translucent. So it definitely doesn't appear to be as finely milled as some other powders that I have been using lately. So I'm very interested to see how this goes on. I'm just going to tap a little bit out into the lid and then go in with my Fenty powder brush and just dab it on there. Yeah, definitely does not feel finely milled as, well, the Fenty powder for one. But also I've been using the Stellar powder that is in my Deca Panning project. And that is very, very finely milled. This is not in any way bad. That is not saying anything negative about this powder. It's just something to note, I suppose. But it does look nice on my skin. It doesn't seem to have any sort of white cast or anything like that, which is nice because sometimes translucent powders can have that sort of cast on it. It doesn't look heavy on my skin. But you can still see the luminosity from that Glow Lust coming through. Such a beautiful product. Samantha really did such a lovely, lovely job on that. Okay, now for the part that everybody has been waiting for, or probably waiting for, we are going to tackle the eyes. So this is what the Sipping Pretty palette packaging looks like. That glitter has already gotten everywhere. And then this is what the color story inside looks like. So very neutral berry palette with a couple of pops of color over here. And I'm going to do just a very sort of simple look, I think, because I do want to use one of those two toppers. Let's go ahead and use some of the pinks in here, and then I'll use probably Young Love. So we also want to try to use some of the new brushes, but for the crease, I'm going to use just one of my tried and trues. This table that I use in front of me is, oh, so tiny, so tiny. I need to get something bigger for sure. All right, so let's take, not that brush because I just threw it on the ground. Let's take this one here from Suva Beauty, just to take a really light sort of rosy shade, buff that all into the crease. And I'm not trying to do anything too complicated. I'll try out this palette in a bit of a better fashion than just to lay down some color, but for right now, we're just gonna start with something easy. For first impressions, I don't feel like these are applying quite as nicely as I would have wanted. I've got a lot of balding. My eyes were already primed and powdered before I started the rest of my makeup, so I don't know. It's like the color is fading away when I move to the other eye. I mean, the fact that they were giving this palette away might be saying something. Going from bad to worse. I feel really badly. I feel like all I'm doing is making this worse, so we're gonna stop. I'm gonna give this palette a lot more of a test out. I just don't feel like this is going very well. So instead, we are going to top it off with one of these and see if that will help salvage a little bit of this look. Alright. I think that's really, really pretty. I do wish that I had taken it onto the brush versus directly onto my eye, because it definitely did lift up some of the eyeshadow, and it's got the tip a little bit stained, if you can see that. So that was definitely an error on my part. I am glad that I did go ahead and kind of spread it out a little bit with the brush, because I feel like it could go on rather thick if you didn't do that. But it does look really nice. It is getting a little bit trapped in my crease, but I do have hooded lids, so that is not to be unexpected. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off camera. I'm gonna try to put on some eyeliner, some mascara, and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll come back and we'll finish her off with the lips. Alright, so I piled on a lot of mascara and a lot of eyeliner, and I think that that definitely did help the look. And I think I'm going to take some of this KVD Dazzle Stick on just a really small brush, and I'm going to put that on my inner corners, see how that looks. You know, just to test out as much as we can, right? We are definitely very, very reflective. And the Dazzle Stick is interesting because it's got this sort of like cooling feeling to it, which is really odd, but kind of cool, kind of neat at the same time. Isn't really wanting to pick up on the brush though. There we go. I mean, this look is all kinds of crazy anyway, so why not add more crazy to it, right? I mean, I really should have known the direction this video was going to go when I put on that e.l.f. primer. I should have known at that point that this was just going to be a hot mess of a video. So let's go ahead and finish things off with the lip product that I picked up from Cover FX. Again, this is in the shade Spiced Cinnamon. And we are not what I would call spiced cinnamon. This straight up looks like bubble gum, like Pepto-Bismol. Okie dokie. Yeah, oh wow. This is not what I would describe as spiced cinnamon. All right, let's, you know, let's go with it. No. No. This shade is not flattering. This shade is not flattering. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of what spiced cinnamon looked like on the website, because ladies and gentlemen, this is not it. As far as the product goes though, it feels nice actually. It feels very, very thin, and it doesn't feel drying. I mean, it does feel like it's drying down, but it, at the moment at least, doesn't feel like it's sucking all of the life out of my lips, which is something that I do appreciate. So let me get this off of my hand before I accidentally, you know, rub it on my shirt or something, because that is clearly the day we're having. And sure, let's go ahead and top it off with some green glitter in the e.l.f. lip gloss, because why not? I am actually going to just put this on my finger and tap it onto my lips so that I don't stain the wand, because I just don't really want to deal with that. Get a little bit more. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah. That is glitter. Not shimmer, glitter. I don't know how I feel about that, folks. I'm so sad. I was really excited about this collection from e.l.f. And while I like the face wash that I've been using, not really a fan of the other stuff I picked up. Alright, so this is the look that this first impression train wreck came up with today. So let's go ahead and talk about the products that I used and kind of how I feel about them, if you haven't already pieced that together. So let's start from the top. I don't even think I have it up here anymore. The e.l.f. primer, negative. The One Size primer, so far so good. It definitely, everything laid on top of it really nicely. Everything blended out on top of it really nicely. So no complaints whatsoever on that. It will definitely take some time to kind of play around with it with a few different products to kind of see how I feel about it overall. But from a first impression standpoint, I think it went on just fine. There is definitely plumping action in this right here. Yikes. All right, moving on. The Auric Glow Lust. I am a fan. Like I said, I have used this a few times already. I am definitely a fan. I do like it a whole bunch. The setting powder, I think, was just fine. Again, it went on very nicely. It did not have any sort of heavy feel to it. It did not look cakey. It has not done anything weird on my skin, which is good. The concealer, I think, is nice, to be honest with you. I don't see any creasing or anything like that. However, it is definitely not a, on me, this shade is not a brightening sort of concealer, so I'm kind of looking forward to playing around with it in the way that I like to use concealer in lieu of foundation. So I am actually really looking forward to that. I think that the what else did I use? Everything else was eyes and lips. Okay. So, jury is definitely out on the palette. This was just a really poorly done first impression with just a few shadows. So, I think from a distance it looks fine. Up close, it definitely is not my best blending work for sure. I did struggle with those shades. They did seem to sort of blend away and sort of stick down in strange patchy ways. Maybe that's because my eye base had been on there for a while at that point. So again, I'm going to try it out with a few different looks to kind of see how I feel about it. The multi-pigment, the multi-chrome pigment that I put on top is interesting. So it definitely has some chunky glitter in it, more like, no, it doesn't have kind of a glitter shape. It has more like foil pieces. I don't even know how to explain this well. If you think about kind of cellophane wrap, but when it's been like shredded down into really fine sort of like confetti pieces, that's what it reminds me of. So I'm really interested to see kind of how this adheres throughout the rest of the day. It is currently 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'll still be wearing this until about 10 o'clock tonight, at which point I will be able to tell whether or not it has flaked off at all. But my eyeliner went on top of it just fine, mascara, all that kind of good stuff went on just fine. So I am interested to play with it a little bit more. I'm also really interested to play around more with the KVD Dazzle Stick. I will say I have shied away from KVD on my channel. When it was still Kat Von D, I straight up said I will never purchase from this brand again. Due to all of the just awfulness surrounding Kat Von D. But now that the brand has disassociated themselves completely with her and enough time has passed that I do feel confident enough that she is not a part of the company or profiting from it in any way. And so I think I am gonna go ahead and start using some of the products that I have in my collection on camera again. I don't know if I'll purchase anything in the future, time will tell, but there are some products that I do really enjoy from that brand. And part of me feels like if there is an outcry from consumers for a company to make a change, and if they make that change, then I think, at least in my opinion, that the consumers should then be open to giving them another chance. I don't know. Everyone is going to feel very differently, and I respect everyone's opinions on that. I just think that that's where I'm currently landing. And then the last two lip products that I tried. I don't love the lip gloss, to be perfectly honest with you, but that is because I don't personally like plumping, stinging lip glosses. If it's just a little bit minty, that's fine, but this actually has a bit of a sting to it, which is just not my favorite. I mean, in its defense, it calls itself a lip plumping gloss. So I might send this to my sister. My sister actually really loves lip plumping glosses, so I might send it to her, but I am genuinely not a big old fan of that feeling. As far as the Cover Effects, the formula feels nice enough. I won't know whether or not it dries down to be transfer proof because I put the lip gloss on top of it, but definitely the color is not my favorite. So I might try mixing it with a few other things to kind of see how that works, but super bummed that not more things worked out here. My gosh. If you have made it to this point, I think you deserve either a medal or a shot of some sort of your favorite alcohol or something, because this has been a mess of a video. So if you have made it this long, thank you. Thank you. I'll get my life together, I'm sure. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're there and you haven't yet subscribed, let's go ahead and do that as well. That would definitely mean the world to me. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.